Oh, you just wait your turn, for I can now wait to rip you to shreds, to watch every single episode, to learn why the heck anyone came up with this idea. And I hope and I pray that when that video comes out, Hats Off Entertainment will somehow see it and make his own video about the monkeys. For he has made videos that I think he probably would make a monkeys video at one point, and I sure hope that he does. You'll have to excuse my setup. I'm a bit tired, but I didn't want to, not make a video about this because everyone's talking about it, so I figure I'll have to talk about it since I have technically predicted we'd be getting a new Foo Fighters album, and I've been trying to find that video. I know I made one, so excuse me for a minute while I scroll down through all my videos to find out if I ever made a video predicting that we get a new Foo Fighters album. I'm pretty sure I had predicted it way before, and I just need to find it because I remember saying it. But I don't think anyone believed me. Well, no one commented anything, so therefore I don't think they cared. No one ever cares, but let's just find out if I even did consider the mere fact that, I talked about it. Found the video. It's, Are We Getting Another Foo Fighters? I made it a year ago. Only has 4 views. But, man, I must be a goddamn psychic at this point. I'm able to predict so much shit all the time. I can't even believe it. But as you can tell from the title, we have 2 things to talk about besides Foo Fighters. So we're first going to discuss Soundgarden and the fact that they are going to release some final songs. Now, this is something I never knew about, so you're going to have to forgive me for being a bit, empty-headed about this. Soundgarden to release final songs with Chris Cornell after reaching settlement with his widow. The 2 parties are united and coming together to propel, honor, and build upon Soundgarden's incredible legacy, as well as Chris Cornell's indelible mark on music history, said Vicky Cornell on Soundgarden. Chris Cornell's widow, Vicky Cornell, and members of Soundgarden, Matt, Ben, and Kim, have finally settled a years-long legal battle that will follow for the release of the late rockers' final songs with the band. In a joint statement, Vicky and the surviving Soundgarden members, Kim, Matt, and Ben, announced that they have reached an amicable court resolution following 2 previous lawsuits filed on behalf of Cornell. The reconciliation marks a new partnership between the 2 parties, which will allow Soundgarden fans around the world to hear the final songs that the band and Chris were working on, the statement read. Okay, I read this part already. Okay, so here's the full gist of it that I didn't understand, that I didn't know about, so let's read about it. In 2019, Vicky Cornell sued members of Soundgarden and accused them of withholding royalties indisputably owed to her and her children, with Chris pertaining to 7 unreleased songs. In response, Soundgarden claimed that the recordings date back to 2015 were intended for a Soundgarden album, thus arguing that the songs were property of the band. Vicky then filed a second lawsuit against the group in 2021 and alleged they offered a buyout offer with a villainously low figure of less than $300,000. In response, Soundgarden said that the buyout offer was grossly mischaracterized. At the time, the band added, "We are confident that clarity will come out in court." And then it says when Chris died, and that's it. So, yeah, I did not know about any of that stuff, so let's move on to Foo Fighters. Foo Fighters were posting some cryptic stuff on their Instagram, and we had no idea what it was, and we now know that it was a song which has been released as a single called Rescued, and it is part of their new album titled But Here We Are, and the album will be released on June 2nd, and I have a picture over here of what the album looks like. It's all white, and yeah, that's all we know. And I heard the Foo Fighters website has some stuff about it, so I'm going to go to their website to see what we got. It's blown up all over the news. All right, here is the Foo Fighter website. I heard it looks different now. It does. This is what it looks like. Can't see it? I can't either. So let's click on something. News. I think, yeah. All right. Here's the news. Okay, we got it right here on the... Alright, following a year of staggering losses, personal introspection, and bittersweet remembrances, Foo Fighters return with But Here We Are, out June 2nd on Roswell... Okay, we know this. A brutally honest and emotionally raw response to everything Foo Fighters endured over the last year. But Here We Are is a testament to the healing powers of music, friendship, and family. Courageous, damaged, and unflinchingly authentic, but Here We Are opens with newly released single Rescued, the first of 10 songs that run the emotion gamut from rage and sorrow to serenity and acceptance, and myriad points in between. And here are all the songs that are going to be in the album. So we have Rescued, Under You, Hearing Voices, But Here We Are, The Glass, Nothing at All, Show Me How, Beyond Me, The Teacher, and Rest. And I heard that The Teacher is their longest song ever, and that's a first, so yeah. Okay, it's produced by Greg Kurstin and Foo Fighters. But Here We Are is a nearly equal measure to the 11th Foo Fighters album and the first chapter of the band's new life, sonically channeling the naivete of Foo Fighters' 1995 debut, informed by decades of maturity and depth. But Here We Are is the sound of brothers finding refuge in the music that brought them together in the first place 28 years ago, a process that was as therapeutic as it was about a continuation of life. Yeah, I see this new album as like the first Foo Fighters album ever. Like, Dave made that album during a time where, like, he was getting over Kurt's death. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to cope. He felt so lost in the world. And now, we have the death of Taylor Hawkins, and the band was a bit lost, and now they're coming out with this album. They already released a single. They're releasing tour dates. We don't know who the new drummer is, but, it's all about healing, and I think it's pretty cool, and I cannot wait to get it. I personally will get it. I've only heard half of Rescued, but I will be listening to the whole thing soon, and maybe sharing my thoughts. I have no idea, but, yeah.